What's going on, guys? And today we're going to talk about Jerami Grant and some trade scenarios because, look, the Pistons have the second worst record, and Jerami Grant is a very hot commodity for teams that are trying to contend. So, right now, down below, hit the comment section. Who do you think is going to trade for Jerami Grant? What do you think is a good trade for Jerami Grant? And I just would love to hear any opinion you have about this. Shout out The Athletic for writing an article about this. And like and subscribe for about 100 videos a month, 3 videos a day at least. So let's get right into today's video. So Jerami Grant is a hot commodity like I previously mentioned. And the NBA trade deadline is February 10th, which is less than a month away. So as it gets closer, the sought after targets, the trade talks can intensify. Jerami Grant, who's currently sidelined after undergoing thumb surgery in mid-December, can still be traded while injured. I want people to know that you can be traded while you're injured. Has garnered a lot of trade interest, according to Shams Charania. And according to him, the Lakers, the Knicks, the Washington Wizards, and the Portland Trail Blazers are all teams who are actively pursuing the 27-year-old who is eligible for a 4-year extension worth up to $112 million this offseason. And like I also said earlier in the video, the rebuilding Pistons might be better off cashing in on one of their assets now rather than paying Grant in the offseason or, doing a sign and trade. Detroit is currently 9-31, which is the second worst team in the NBA. So with Cade Cunningham and Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart and Killian Hayes being the, building blocks of their future, and with a top 5 selection in this upcoming draft, they definitely want to move him. So with the first trade being, I think the Washington Wizards could make a move. If the Wizards receive Jerami Grant, I put it on the screen right now, the Pistons would receive Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Thomas Bryant, who's coming off an ACL injury, but he could be a rim protecting stretch 5, a lottery protected 2025 first round pick. And, I think this is one where you look at it and Jerami Grant could give them a boom at either the small forward, power forward position. Him and Kuz could run your small forward, power forward position next to Daniel Gafford, Bradley Beal, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Okay. And I think this is interesting is I think what would be great is if they don't give up Thomas Bryant and they give up Davis Bertans. But, look, I know giving up Contavious Caldwell-Pope is an underrated player. And for this, I think it's intriguing because, look, you get a versatile defender who can score 20 points a night. And their deals are technically expiring, like KCP and Thomas Bryant. So it could work out really well. I think this one's the least likely, but the Wizards is definitely a lot more interesting than I think most people would think. But Wizards could do it. It would benefit kind of both sides, but not really. I think it would just be more of a win for the Wizards than the Pistons. Now, the next one I'll put on the screen is the Lakers. And the Lakers is an interesting one because the Lakers was obviously just received Jerami Grant, but the Pistons received Taylor Horton-Tucker, who's young, Kendrick Nunn, who's also young, and Kent Bazemore, who they could probably just waive or keep as a mentor, and a 2027 first-round pick. So the reason why they would do this is the Lakers desperately need an influx of size, length, and athleticism in their front court, and Jerami Grant fits the bill perfectly. The 21-year-old wing and Taylor Horton-Tucker is going to give them a bunch of high value, while Jerami Grant is going to give the Lakers a bunch of new small ball lineups. The Pistons get that valuable Horton-Tucker, who, like I said, is a 21-year-old wing who's had an up and down season. Okay, and maybe they can tap into that because Saddiq Bey, Taylor Horton-Tucker, Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, and whoever they want to put at the power forward position. That's a nice little lineup. And, Nunn and Bazemore are salary fillers, while Kendrick Nunn could reestablish himself as one of the better backup point guards in the league. Bazemore could just be cut. And with that 2027 first-round pick, that could become, protected or, it could become really good. When you look at this is great for the Lakers. And from Detroit, I don't think it entirely moves the needle. Look, Taylor Horton-Tucker is real nice. He's already paid. I don't know if you like that contract or not, but he's definitely a good basketball player in my opinion. I just want to hear what would you guys do if you were, the Lakers. So I think that's what we'll do for the second one. Now we'll hop to the third one, which is, look at this, guys, the Trail Blazers we want to do. Okay, let's do the Trailblazers. So allegedly the Trailblazers were more than willing trying to get our boy Jerami Grant, which, I mean, makes sense. Everybody wants a little piece of Jerami Grant, okay? Who doesn't? And the deal is Jerami Grant for Norman Powell and Ben McLemore. I think this is the worst deal on the list, and I think it's the least possible. And I don't think really anything to discuss. Norman Powell's already paid, and he's actually a little older. And Ben McLemore is kind of ass. So I don't know why you would do that. Really, this is if you're just trying to get expiring contracts. I really think the worst deal is the Portland deal, especially with the fact that now our man is out for the remainder of the year. Like, we don't even know if he's going to come back. That's the worst part. God damn. So I think this is a terrible deal. So yeah, we're just going to hop on over to, the next one, which I think is going to be the New York Knicks, which maybe the Knicks need to do this, maybe not. I have no idea, okay? Like, this could be a great deal for the Knicks and, like, really help them out, But at the same time, it could kind of fuck them. So this deal for the Knicks would, I think it's definitely interesting because this gives the Knicks a few options. And this deal for the Knicks would be, the Knicks receive Jerami Grant, while Detroit receives Alec Burks, Obi Toppin, Nerlens Noel, and the 2022 first-round pick, top 10 protected. And I think this is the best offer, okay? Like, look, I think he fits perfect next to Julius Randle. Like, I know it could seem clunky, but I think it would work really well. They'd be insane defensively. And what I find interesting about this one is, like, look, you get a promising second-year forward in Toppin and a first-round pick, okay? And the Knicks own 2 first-round picks that aren't theirs, in Charlotte's 2022 and Dallas in 2023. Both are protected. So they could include one of them instead of Toppin if they wanted. And, like, look, I know it's an imperfect fit, but if they get Jerami Grant, it's good, okay? I think the Pistons get 2 rotational pieces in Burks and Noel, both of whom have team options after next season. Noel brings athleticism and length. Toppin, who's 23, brings extreme athleticism to the forward position. And Detroit would also potentially get another lottery pick for this year to go with a very likely top 5 pick. So, like, I think the best deal is this Knicks deal. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Am I wrong? Am I right? I mean, I feel like I could be right. Maybe I'm not. Okay, but that's the video, guys. Made it to the end. I've been just rambling. Hope you guys did like it. Like and subscribe. But peace. Oh.